So we'll all set that. Go live. It says you are live. It says live. It should say live in your top left
And
corner.
and the timer starts running.
Timer starts running. And see, now you got the eyeball. That's how many viewers we got watching. So right now there's no viewers.
Got it. There's no eyeball on mine.
Oh yeah,
no eyeball. But I do have a clock ticking, and that's great. I can look. I'll look right above, and I'll see where I'm at.
Yeah.
When I start getting to that 5 or 6 mark, I know you got to be starting to take over.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to jump in for your 2 to 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And again, if we're a little early, I'd rather be early than late. Late's going to cause people to stress and panic, and they're going to lose time. And we don't want to be the cause of that. So, okay.
So this is, just so you know, this is what they're seeing.
You change slides, it doesn't affect the time. Just so I know that's what they see. They see the same thing I'm looking
They're
at.
going to see a YouTube link, and this is the parent view. This is the spectator view.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. StreamYard. Yep. I just bumped through. Boom. That must have been on a delay for you, because your slides were popping, and I don't think you were touching anything, and they weren't changing on my screen.
Yeah.
See?
So here, ready? Let's.
Oh yeah. See what happened? See,
So
I go here, and it hasn't changed on yours yet.
All right. So ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead and change your slide now.
Ready? Go.
Yeah. So it's that 8-second delay.
Okay.
So that's basically what it is. But
So every time I switch a slide, it's going to be 8-second delay for them.
everything you do is 8 seconds. So when you say, "Hi, my name is Mr. Mac,"
Yep.
in the world, that's happening 8 seconds later.
Okay.
So your slide,
So
yes,
it's
when you hit slide 8
it's
seconds
tape
later,
delayed. It's tape delayed.
Everything is
It's
tape
tape delayed.
Other
Yeah.
than the
But
fact
it's
that-
not going to affect me. I just go through it.
Yes, and it'll be fine.
We just have to start at 5:59 and 30 seconds, and not whatever not 5:59 and 51 seconds.
It's 8 seconds. That's all it is.
That's right.
8 seconds. It's
So
not like
that-
it was before.
Right. So when we hit the button at 5:59 and 51 seconds, I just start talking, and at 6 p.m. and they tune in, it's going to be rolling, assuming they lock in at 6 p.m.
And their whole thing is they can go to that YouTube link, and they can go there, and it's basically this little thing that says like, your event will start at 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. without them touching anything, we unveil the curtain. It unveils on their end.
Right.
Hey,
Which
how are
we've
you?
done 8 seconds before, and all of a sudden the curtain comes up. It's 6 p.m. on their clock, and we're rolling, assuming we kick it off a few seconds early. Yeah, we can look at 5:59 and 50 seconds.
We can open it up at 5:59 and be like, "Hi, welcome. We're just gonna we just opened it up. We're gonna give a couple seconds for everybody to get in."
Might not be a bad thing, so they feel like they're in the right place.
Yep.
And we can leave that live screen up there, and of course now they can hear us.
Well, you can mute your mic. You could mute everything if you wanted to. So let's see what it looks like if you go and you mute your mic in your video. So you're gonna move your mouse back to the small screen. There you go.
Got it.
So click somewhere and something should pop up.
You know what? I made the screen full screen, so maybe that eliminated. Here it is.
So you have
That eliminated my options. Yeah. So. And I hit this, and I can do this, and then I just start talking, and then I'm rolling, and then it's yep. See, but I got to make sure I got to make sure that I'm doing this. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. We go through our pregame warm-ups. I'll be reminded of this.
You're good.
No, that's fine. I just unmute, do this, and then I got to get my mouse across onto this and click it so that I can start running the slides.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't want to confuse you anymore.
Mhm.
But if it's easier for you, you can change your arrangement. So when you move your mouse up, it goes to the big one, and down goes to the little one. Like you can change your arrangement. It doesn't have to be left and right on that stuff.
Yeah.
You have to go back to that display screen. When you have the two boxes.
I think I'm okay right, left.
Okay.
I think I'm okay right, left. For me, it's just remembering, oh yeah, in order to get that screen to move, I got to get over on that and click it in the moment of trying to be like, not look like an idiot.
And I think, when are you going to introduce me? Are you going to introduce me right at the beginning? Or are you going to wait a minute and talk
I
about
want to
the thing?
introduce you right at the beginning because, again, I'm going to just say, hey, what I got is welcome back to school, blah, blah, blah. If you're here, obviously you found the links. Hopefully that'll all work as well for the rest of the night. I want to introduce myself, blah, 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 which, again, that's not on the slides. So time, I have to be mindful of the time, but we'll have a clock running.
Yeah.
It's still running right now. It's been 6 minutes. I'm sorry. It's time for Mr. Barnes to talk. Go. No.
Oh, I guess we were talking about some other things. Like, it's only been 6 minutes, but we started the live thing later.
And so, quick intro, in case my face is new to you, without a mask on, I'm Mr. McElhine. Maybe I'll get the little mask joke. I also want to introduce Mr. Barnes, assistant principal, blah, blah, blah. He's worked diligently in making this technology. Thank you. And then if that's when, you can give a wave, whatever you want to do. And then if that's what you're thinking about when you want to take a step back and then you pop in, then that's again a cue. If you pop back in, then I know, but then I'm going to get to tonight in the quick slides, and then Joe's jumping in.
Cool.
And then again, I got minimize the drama and how to do this with the structure, talking a little bit about the middle school structure at the end, minimize the drama. How are we going to do that? Well, there's a lot of ways. Communication, blah, 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 blah. Then I'm going to jump. And again, there's no stress at this point, like up against the clock. I'm going to mention this is how we'll communicate. I've taken off Facebook and I've taken off Twitter. I dumped those and unless Chris can just give me passwords to get back into both Facebook and the school Twitter, I'm not going to make a new one. I would use the one we had because, like he said, you had that footprint, that history, and we don't want to redo this and lose all that. Okay, so I don't want to start another Stony Brook anything. So I'm not going to put those things on there. Some of our things might still feed that automatically, like if we post something or whatever, fine. But so I just have these couple of quick things on here, and then we're into this. So let's just see, right?
Actually, why don't you play this? I want to see what my audio sounds like.
Good evening, parents. Stony Brook School PTO.
Oops. Where you going?
Good evening, parents. Stony Brook School PTO welcomes you to the Back to School Parent Night and the 21-22 school year. This is a brief presentation about the Stony Brook School PTO. You'll see on the screen a list of the current board members, comprised of parents, administration, and teachers. We do have some openings. If you're interested in joining, please reach out. We'd love to talk to you about it. Stony Brook School PTO is in its second year. We are under the Westford PTO, or WEPTO, and we do rely on parent donations as our only source of funds.
Yeah. And what I want to do is, now see my mouse is
fundraiser.
very slow trying to grab it. I'm going to get to the end of it. Okay, so we come to a crashing halt, and I think minimize.
Are you hearing an echo on it on your end too?
Not really. Okay, so we just minimized, and I knew when I minimized or whatever, we're gonna end up with. Okay, so then I gotta go, boom, back to here. That was my thing. I gotta jump back to this in order for that to come up on the screen. That's like I'm always, oh great, we got a video. Once it ends, I gotta make sure I know how to get the hell back out and get back into the other thing. Different things like on the first day, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta realize once that thing stops, I gotta get back to my slides. So I think when their video ends, because again, if I click on that, it goes to their video.
See if you get echo in on that, because there shouldn't be echo in
Good evening, parents. Stony
Yeah, I
Brook.
wasn't getting any. It's the second time. It did the same thing.
Good
on the
evening,
first time.
parents. Stony Brook School
I don't know why
PTO
it double
welcomes
does
you
that.
to the Back to School Parent Night and the 21-22
Yeah, you
school
don't get
year.
that, so it's just on my.
This is a brief presentation about the Stony Brook School PTO.
I thought it was briefer, but
You'll
it's
see on the
fine.
screen a list
At
of
2 minutes
different
and
board
something.
members.
Oh, okay. I think
So-
it was like 5
So
minutes.
again, right now I must be on this screen, so my mouse works a lot faster up here because I keep going, come on. And you know, you know, you get sucked into your computer. That's like my daughter.
Stony Brook School PTO
God, I got
is in its
fired.
second year.
Unknown
We're
man.
under the Westford
See?
PTO, or
See?
WECTO.
Hey, I'm techno man.
So, just something for you to be aware of,
Donations is our only
and
source
there's
of
nothing you can
funds.
do about it really right now.
Don't
But-
get out of that.
When you are on your YouTube and stuff like that, you get all those recommended videos on the right and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Some of that is personalized to you and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Not, I mean, it was like the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I know,
stuff
and I
stuff
see that,
like
and they go, and somebody's looking at it going, oh, he's checking the Tampa Bay Bucks. Oh, he's checking this. Like, I know, and I'm like, I'm a little like, I don't want that. So what were you thinking?
I think I'll take a look. You can embed the video in the slide
Okay,
so that there's like a box
so
in your
I'm not
slide.
going into YouTube.
So you're not
Open up the browser
going
to
to
do it.
YouTube. You're just making
Yeah.
that box bigger.
Yeah, I figured that. See, I shared it and grabbed the link, and then I just linked it to the video, and so, yeah, I know. I saw that too, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to go down that whole. I mean, once it gets near the end of that video, I can obviously be sitting there and go, click, shut it right off.
Yep.
And then I go right to the next thing. If you stumble, again, if you want to look at it, fine. I just have to realize when it's getting close to that end, I pop off of that, talk a little bit about school advisory council. I think I'm gonna. I don't know. I think I'm going to ask for a couple of members, but I don't know. Or I'm just going to talk school advisory council, ways to be involved, donation, Panther cards. I guess if I have school advisory council up there, I should be looking for people to be involved. So,
If you're advertising as a way to be involved.
yeah, you got to be ready to accept people. So I'm probably will say it would be great to get some 6th grade parents on who would consider being part of this for the next 3 years.
Gotcha.
We have some sitting members right now, teachers and parents, but
Part of it too.
we could definitely add at least two more parents if anyone's interested.
There's no real chat and stuff that we're monitoring during this.
Yep.
So, I mean, unless you want to, like, if somebody was interested in that, they would have to then go find an email address and then go and email you or something like that saying, hey, I'm interested about this. What's the process? So, there's kind of a lot of hurdles for them to get to if they're really interested, which should stop the bulk stuff. I did want to talk to you about one other thing, though. It's not related to this before I have a quick meeting or a phone call with Laura.
Freaking 10 minutes along.
So,
It was dragging, now it's like gone.
I know.
Okay.
We there's a student in 6th grade who's got some anxiety stuff going on and stuff like that. Mom in 7th grade, sorry, I think it's in 6th grade. 7th grade. Mom really wants her off Team Socrates. Mom's a teacher at NAB, I believe, was kind of all for it. They elected to be on Team Socrates. They were on Team Imagination, had a good experience. Elected to be on Team Socrates. There were some concerns about structure and stuff like that. I kind of talked to Laura about being like, well, there is structure, like it's not unstructured, like whatever.
It's a different structure.
Different structure, but basically, Mom's pretty adamant saying that she won't get out of bed and come to school while she's on Team Socrates. So, and Laura gave a lot of credit. Laura's like, Mom's trying. Like, this is not a parent who's like, stop at the feet. This is a parent who is lost and feeling out of options. So, I talked to Laura. I said, Mom feels out of options because Mom's the one getting her out of the bed. Mom's fighting that fight if they were not. I don't feel that we're out of options here in our building. She hasn't been in the building enough to really say we're out of options. So Mom wants to know though, like, what the options are basically. Well, and all this stuff. So I'm thinking, when I talked to Mom, I said, listen, we can talk to your daughter. I would say I'd like her to be given honest effort for the next 2 weeks to be in the building, basically take us to Columbus Day, and then either on the Friday before or the Tuesday after we will meet and we will find out what we need to do, and if we decide that moving the team at that point, we will move the team. We typically don't move teams, but we're exhausted to that for
Right. We want to make sure that we, if pressed, we can say, well, that case was a matter of, we tried 14 different things. Yeah, I guess I just don't understand what they think they're going to get. And here's the slippery slope. And I think we've talked about this thing too. You're setting your child up that we're going to move them somewhere else. We're going to move them somewhere else. Okay.
No, I'm good, thank
We're
you.
going to move them somewhere
I know
else.
who you are. I knew Joe was going to tell me no, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Thank you.
I
We're
appreciate the
are these from like Heather or somebody?
Oh, these are from kids.
Oh, okay. We're gonna move you somewhere else. And if that's not perfect, then what? So I agree with let's exhaust all possible support measures because once the team's changed, we're out of physical options. And if she's still presenting the same way at that point, there's no other team to go to. You're setting her up I'm going to go there, everything's going to be fine. And then when it's not, then what?
And that's something that Laura's explained, and I'll be sure to explain. And
Okay.
mom became a teacher. It's like, listen, didn't start off any of the conversations with, I want to switch teams. But mom is like, I know you don't do this. She's like, I know I'm a teacher. I know we don't do this. Like, I know this is everything. I know this is the wrong decision.
Well, okay, yeah. And then we appreciate that you have an understanding of the ebbs and flows, and we're not 100% against it. It's that piece of the psychology here, and all right, and maybe it'll come down to let's eliminate that, and so it's not Socrates, it's her, and now you, mom, there's more work you're gonna have to do. Like she needs X, Y, Z because we took that away because that was supposed to be part of the contributing factor here.
I think that's part of it too. Is mom probably feels, and mom knows it's not going to be fixed, but mom knows as long as the daughter can sit there and say Socrates, 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 they're not going to gain anything. So in order to make
Right. So fair enough.
progress forward, so my thing
Yeah,
is,
we're all pulling the rope in the same
if
direction.
she's not coming in, I want her to know that after 2 weeks, we can move her team if that's what she wants. If that's what you still want in 2 weeks, but you need 2 weeks of an honest effort in the building, utilizing the student center, utilizing our resources, because I still think this is the best fit with Socrates.
Especially when she made it through a whole year. And this is probably unorthodox, but what about Jen Masterson? Again, I don't know if there's a relationship. Femino's not here. Their former teacher just saying, hey, is everything okay? We just thought you might feel better if you talked to Mrs. Masterson because you worked with you the whole year. I mean, have you talked to Jen to find out what her MO is? And is she just like an itch and she was...
Sandra knows that she's just like super anxious, like doesn't talk to teacher, like she'll talk to you, she'll shake the whole time. She was kind of had some self-harm stuff last year. There's kind of like mom got her therapist, like mom, the older sibling has some mental stuff. So like mom is really good about this. That's why Laura's kind of been surprised with a lot of it. But from what I'm getting from Laura is that mom is reasonable, legit, and worried. And my biggest thing is mom's fighting the fight.
It goes back to what you said. We're going to eliminate an excuse. Now what?
Yep.
Now what? Whatever her name is. Now what? We've eliminated that. You said that was a problem, or that's why you weren't getting out of bed. You're still not getting out of bed. Yeah. Most likely, it's not going to go away. So, again, not that we'll ever have to talk about personal information to someone. Well, you did it for her. Blah 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 blah. It's a strategy to help her emotionally. It's not we changed the class. We changed the classes because the mother asked. It's not because she needs to be with her friends. Like all of those, like low-level things. This is actually a calculated move to support the parent getting the child out of bed. Again, not that we're ever going to have to explain this to another adult. They don't have a right to. But just having that dialogue in my head and going, they're at, my kid's sad. They want to be with their friends. They'll never live through the whole year. And then they're perfectly fine. We got somebody who's failing to get out of bed. And the parent is desperate because this is what their daughter is presenting as the problem.
And that's one of those things of pushing another 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks farther into the year. That's that much harder shifts. It's like, listen, another family decided that they wanted to go over all those obstacles and they wanted to do that. And that was, that's the choice they made. We thought it was not a great idea. Now, 2 weeks later, your students probably made some friends. They probably had a good connection. They probably did the archaeological dig and had some fun. And
Yeah.
now they're going to be like, no, things are okay.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be okay
It'd
because
be great if they do get out there for that. That
By
would be.
by
That's
the
gonna be
time
cool.
these other families are talking about it, it'll be late September. Listen,
By the time the other.
late October, but finds another family's like, oh, they switched, I want to switch.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
time
Oh,
everything
they're
happens,
all gonna have built relationships and be less. Yeah.
by way of-
Again, Joe, I just always play out like, how can this come to bite us in the ass?
Yep.
The intentions are always good, and our efforts and how we're always, again, working in the best interest of the child, trying to work in the best interest of the child, and maybe in spite of the parents. But I can look at this and say it's a psychological strategy that we're using to support high-level mental health concerns. It's not like we're just saying, oh, we'll flip our schedule because mom complained.
It's not a social change.
We're looking to see if that really fixes it. We suspect it won't. But we're eliminating those things. We have to do this because otherwise mom won't know if this is really the cause. So we're helping mom peel back the layers to why does her child not want to get out of bed. We needed to take her out of, if it works out, we needed to take her out of that team so that we could eliminate variables. We moved her. That's the other thing we say is we didn't move because of mom. We moved her.
Yeah.
Because the guidance council spoke to us. Because we had conversations that the child was presenting in certain ways. So,
Due to our concerns.
again, parents will be like, "You need to go cry to the guidance council." They're all manipulative. Good. Yeah, that's. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't. Again, I'm not. You weren't looking for permission from me, but I'm not gonna.
I
You know
don't,
how I am with kids that are struggling. I'm not gonna.
I don't know
Yeah.
what your thought process is on moving kids off that team